Hey, I'm Keely from Thermaltake Australia, and today I'm going to walk you through how to install one of our fancy ToughLiquid ARGB all-in-one coolers. First things first, you're going to want to remove everything from the box and lay it out. Check that everything listed in your handy dandy manual is in the box. Also, have a think about where you want your AIO to sit in your case, whether you want it to top or front mount, for example. I'm going to start by mounting the Waterblock onto the CPU. First, let's attach the base plate. Grab your back plate and the included long screws. I'm using an AMD CPU, which means that the back plate needs to sit with the AMD side facing inwards. This, of course, would be opposite if I was using Intel. Then, thread the screws through the correct holes, securing them with the supplied washers. Before installing it, don't forget to attach the supplied non-conductive sticker. Now simply insert the back plate so that the screws poke out on the other side. Now secure it all in place with these black spacers. With your backplate now in place, it's time to mount the Waterblock. First, if you're using an AMD CPU like me, replace the bracket around the Waterblock like so. If you're using an Intel CPU, you don't have to do this. Next, dab a pea-sized amount of thermal paste onto your CPU. Remove the plastic film covering the Waterblock's base plate and slowly lower it onto the CPU. Secure it in place with the supplied silver screws. Now that you have the Waterblock on, let's attach the fan to the radiator. I'm going with a top mount, which means I want these fans to exhaust air, so I'm mounting them like so. Also, remember to think about where you want your cables to go, as ideally you want them facing the back of the case once it's mounted to help with cable management. With the fans all mounted, it's time to install your motherboard into your case if you haven't already. Now that the motherboard is inserted, it's time to mount the radiator. Undo your fan cables and thread them through the cable routing holes. Then simply pull the cables through, following along with the radiator to place it in position. Holding it in place with your hand, attach the radiator with the supplied screws. Your final steps now are plugging everything in. First, to power up your AIO, you're going to want to look for the header on your motherboard, either called CPU fan or AIO pump, and plug the 3-pin cable attached to your Waterblock into one of these. Next, you're going to want to use the supplied splitter and plug your 2 fan cables into this. This will power your fans. This then goes into a fan header on your motherboard, such as the sys fan header. Lastly, to power up your Waterblock ARGB, we've gone with this cable, which will control the colours via the button on the Waterblock itself. Insert this end into the pump and then the other into a SATA power cable. Alternatively, you can use the other supplied cable to control your colours via the motherboard software, which plugs directly into your motherboard. And that's it! You have successfully stored one of our ToughLiquid ARGB all-in-one coolers. If you have any questions about this cooler, feel free to pop them in the comments below. If you like the video, chuck us a like and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.